Welcome to Rad2, another daily reader for Reddit. Like and subscribe for daily Reddit videos. The signs you ignore at the beginning of your relationship will end up being a reason of your breakup. IDK, who needs to hear it today? But all the red flags you ignore, all the flirting you forgive in the name of love, all the broken promises of "I'll do better" and "I'll change" will lead to your heartbreak. There's only a slim chance that your person will change, and if they decide to do so, you will see how much effort they put into this. Words don't mean anything, because in the long run their actions will prove why words are meaningless. I think what sucks worse is people usually don't ignore them so much as they don't take the actions that they need to. Setting clear boundaries for yourself and not letting anyone cross them is possibly the single most important thing when entering into a relationship. Even worse is that every human on earth is guilty of it. Rational brain and emotional brain have been at war with each other since the dawn of time. Lol. I mean, that's a delicate balance that requires a lot of self-work, reflection in analyzing your faults and strengths. So therapy is probably required. Doing that much work is also incredibly emotionally difficult thing to do, because enforcing your boundaries to every potential partner means you have to accept they might walk away no matter how perfect they are. You also have to love yourself enough to be able to do it. Also, it requires mastering the art of being assertive enough to voice what you want, and the balance of not being a butthole along with being kind but not a point where you're a doormat. Also, like you said, you have to learn when to use your emotional brain to be vulnerable but your logical brain to not get taken advantage of. I'm a 34 years old dude. I divorced my ex 5'30" in what was a brutal situation. I could not agree more about therapy. It takes work. I took 2 years off of dating, went to therapy, then a counselor, then eventually an Al-Anon sponsor. Once I worked through my resentment towards her was when the real crap began. That true and honest introspective deep dive into my own bullcrap was just life-changing. I had fears of being needy, loose boundaries, sucked at communicating, and was so stubborn all through my 20s. It's really such a hard thing to realize, like, oh wow, I was actually the butthole in that situation. It changed my life. I can barely write this without choking up a little. I wish I would have discovered who I was well before my 30s. I'm in a relationship now that is just so healthy and communicative. I mean, I still get giddy when I think about her, and it all goes back to respecting my own boundaries, cherishing and embracing my needs, as well as realizing that honesty is more about being honest with yourself than anything. So totally agree with you 100%. This is from someone who spent my whole life rejecting the notion that I'd need any help like that. Yet there I was. I wouldn't trade that realization for all the money in the world. Smoking was a deal breaker for me. He said on the first date he had quit months ago. Keeping in touch with exes from unhealthy partnerships was a deal breaker for me. He said on the first date that he didn't believe exes could truly be friends, and wasn't in contact with any of his. Within 5 weeks I came across 2 separate, half-smoked cigarettes lying unflushed in his toilet. And then by chance I came around the corner to him texting the ex who cheated on him. I was out of that situation within 6 weeks. Don't ignore the signs. They will come to bite you in the butt later if you choose to stick around. Can I ask why specifically unhealthy partnerships? Just curious about your thinking. Sounds like a good boundary though. If you keep in touch with someone who cheated on you, or had a tumultuous, tense, bitter, devastating relationship breakup, you simply haven't let go of them yet. I know people like to do the whole "you can be friends with your exes," but it's truly disheartening for a fresh person to come into that sort of situation and try to compete alongside a well-established history that hasn't been left in the past. Everyone has baggage. But if you are clinging to it like a lifeline, backup plan, I don't want to build a foundation with you. I can make way for people who have had failed marriages where the separation was mutual and mature. Also, if you share children or are forced to see each other in work-related scenarios. Thanks for watching Rad2. Like and subscribe for daily Reddit videos. If you like these videos, check out the original Rad channel.